some of you out there in the crypto market are going to make this season extremely profitable. The market is showing all of this in front of you. This is the total altcoin market, excluding Ether, showing you its history, not just the current short-term price action, but you can go back to early 2024. You can go back to 2023. You ride back in this market to learn from the market, and it rewards you. How does it do that? Because it gives you all the information just as presented in front of you. This is Ether, a medium to long-term chart. I'm using 3-day chart to give you the data here. And all of that agrees on one point. That is what you really want to observe. Say you look at the dollar. It may actually have a bounce, but then it would most likely get rejected from the trend line, which is positive. If you are looking at the payment side of the equation, we are still close to 0.6. XRP is still flirting with 0.6 range. Now, yes, on a daily, that looks very choppy. That looks like we're still testing the resistance. We didn't break that back to the upside. But the good thing is, we didn't get rejected hard to the downside. If we go on a 3-day, we saw that historically, when you break the moving average, you go crazy to the downside. Rather, XRP bulls, they're saying, we're going to give it another try to break through this level, which is right now 0.62. By the time you see XRP above 0.62, that is hope coming into the picture. Now, the standard deviation, which you should look at for the confirmation, at this point in time is at 0.66. Keep that time frame. That will give you the idea that XRP is about to blow off with all the other assets. All the other assets, majority of them are going to give you huge opportunity. And when I'm saying that, understand this. This asset is up 28% for the day, 69% for the week, and 285% for the year. So last month when I posted this as a short-term target, saying, close to 40% is your target, maybe you'll hit it in 2 weeks or 2 months. Now, in a month, you did hit that. You're well above that target. And a lot of these other assets are showing you similar results. Earlier this week, we posted that, close to 0.2. Now, that's 40% up. You look at Sui, it's up 50% for the week. You look at Popcat, it's up 50% for the week. So assets inside this market is starting to take off, and it's your time to decide on which opportunity you're taking and which of these opportunity you're going to ride in this bull season. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We go through almost all the assets against Bitcoin, against USDT, against Ether, so that you understand when this chart in front of you shows the fact, which is the altcoin market, and don't get this wrong, the altcoin market telling you that the RSI is now close to 68. Why does that matter? Go back in history, each and every time, not once, each and every time this guy enters this region, the overbought region, where a lot of people argue, get out, it's going to go down. Look at what that did. That bounce was the first of its kind for the entire season. So you had the 1, the 2, the 3. It's choppy, but you got the 1, the 2, the 3. It's strange, 1, 2, 3, but it did give you that. So the market right now argues I'm entering at that point. That's good. That's great. Because when you go back in time, different cycles, you get almost same data points. Now, say you want to make this a macro chart. You can put it on a 3-day chart. Now look at where the RSI is at right now. It's getting close to 60. Right now at 57.2, I think. Yeah, 58.8. So around this range, whenever you break higher, that shows you a higher odds of getting into the overbought region on a 3-day chart. Step back into a weekly. This is what confirms everything else stated before. We talked about the exact same point when we reached this support. You can go back August 1st week and you can see us talking the same. Now, why is this so important? Because when you bounce off from a weekly trend line, which is valid all the way from last 2.5 years, that's bulls, the macro bulls, not the retail, not the small guys who will be investing in small numbers. These are in hundreds of millions. Billion-dollar companies are jumping in. And they're all jumping in because they understand something. What is that? What do we miss, which they don't? Say you're looking at the normal wave structure for the alt market on a macro. This is all that you see. So your macro wave 1 is done and you're going for the macro wave 2. It lost, right? It lost. You're trying to break higher. Can we break higher this week itself? I'm not sure, but you go to the daily and ask yourself if it enters 70, most likely you're starting that ride right now. Now, okay, that's total altcoin market. What about the total crypto market? Is the total crypto market, which is including Bitcoin, including Ether, are they going to perform well? Because on the other side, you're watching Bitcoin is flirting with short-term resistance. Bitcoin is showing you a lot of choppy signals. It is starting to form most likely a negative divergence on a short-term chart though. Yeah. So the confusion is always there. But remember, this is the total crypto market. It's almost exactly the same thing. Why am I happy? Because it is breaking to the upside on the RSI side of the equation, because the MACD has crossed to the upside, because the weekly chart argues the point that I'm bouncing off. I'm bouncing off from the horizontal support zone. Then I have some room to the upside to meet this point. A retest is what you're looking at on the total market. Why? That's where the real ROI lies. You saw that the altcoin market, excluding Bitcoin and Ether, shows you enormous potential to the upside, but the total crypto market does not. That shows there is potentially a retest. So something is going to slow the entire market when you take it as a whole, but just the alts are going to perform much bigger, much better. Why is that? Because the entire market argues that I'm doing the 1, 2, and now I'm going for the 3 because it's dominated by Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is going for wave 3. That is exactly why I say if you are involved in the DeFi side of the equation, you go look at the DeFi. If you are involved in entire altcoin space, you're looking for opportunities to jump in, to jump out. Yeah, you're looking at the altcoin market total 3. But if you are focused heavily on the DeFi, fine. You look at this and you look for a micro breakout on a macro chart. That is this. If you do see a break here to the upside, now you're starting to create higher highs. Perfect. That's a perfect scenario for us to watch. because that would then argue the money flow into the crypto market now is starting to focus more on the altcoin side, the ROI side of the equation. The big money already entered the crypto market using Bitcoin, but now they are slowly starting to enter altcoins. So you look at XRP and you argue, okay, we are not going down. The rectangular pattern which we have been talking for 2 months is still alive. A break to the upside confirms that. Right now it's not confirmed. For some reason, we're still waiting there. But then it's not just one asset in the market. There are a lot of other assets which are performing maybe 20% a week, maybe 30% a week, maybe 50% a week. We're watching all of these doing 50, 60, 70% a week move. That's good. Now they're doing 80% a month. Some of them are doing like 150% a month. You are watching all of this playing out in front of you. To take all of those into your hands, be a part of the SI family. Use the link in the description below to jump in and join the SI family with 1,200 plus members so that you don't miss assets which are about to break higher. You don't miss the calls like this opportunity. It's a bullish divergence. It's a breakout on the RSI, on the price, and this is your target. If that's what you are looking for, if that's what you want, you are here in the SI family. You can learn a lot because the market teaches a lot of different lessons. And if you monitor them, you observe them, it's going to be very useful. It's going to be very useful because on the micro, if you're just focused on micro charts, it is showing you a lot of mixed signals. Say you look at this structure in Bitcoin, this is bearish. But that's a 4-hour chart though. What does that mean? Meaning, on a macro, even though you are about to go higher, there is potential possibility that you may come here and come back down. Remember, that's the textbook pattern. But I want to give you something. I want to give you something special. You zoom a little bit out, say go on a daily chart, look at almost same thing. Almost same thing which happened on a daily, not on a 4-hour. You had similar move here which first faked out to the upside and then came back down. But what happened after that downside? It sure was a fake out on the upside and on the downside. Then the price traveled from $38,000 to $75,000. It doubled. So the pattern was legit. It was arguing there is a lot of bears. In one way, you can say this like we dropped $10,000 in Bitcoin after showing that equation on a daily. So maybe if you're watching that on a 4-hour, you won't drop $10,000. Maybe you'll drop $5,000. Maybe you'll drop $4,000. But that still is a possibility. But how did that start? That started with a fake out to the upside. It ended with a fake out to the downside. So lessons from the market is important. Bearish patterns breaking bullish is absolutely great. But it should be confirmed, not a fake out. You don't want a fake out. You want the confirmation. You want the market to tell you, I'm confirming this, I agree on that point. So wait until then or be updated with every charts in this market, especially if it's in your portfolio, it comes in front of you. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on next video. Bye for now.